Hey, do you mind doing that thing that everybody likes?
Oh, right, we're back in front of the video.
Bro, you did it so loud that it broke. That's
Yeah,
sick.
I was yeah. People usually tell me that just nothing, so there's gonna be silence. Hey, do the thing, and there's just nothing in the video. I'm sure. Okay.
You
Well, I
sound-
mean, they in spirit, they could feel what it was, right? So.
yeah, yeah, that was really good. You did it so hard that the recording was like, what was that? Oh, yes, guys, the truth. DT is on the channel today. How's it going, man? Great to have you here.
Yeah. I'm uh, eager to talk about our boy Toyotaro and the interesting Moro arc, to say the least.
Yes, yes. So,
Interesting, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, guys, yeah. In today's video, what I approached Truth to do was we're gonna do like kind of like a discussion video about how we felt about the Moro arc and how we think it could, it could affect Dokkan in terms of some cards and what we kind of want to see to change in the next arc, right? Because just like Truth mentioned a little bit with his, the tone, we're not huge fans of the Moro arc. It was so starting off with that, because everybody kind of says the same thing. The Moro arc started off pretty strong. When did it start dying down for you?
Okay, so the Moro arc, right, starts off. I remember at first I was upset because Miras like gets the drop on Goku and Vegeta, and it's like, all right, well, what is this? This is nonsense. But then it's like, oh, he's an angel. Okay, like sure, right? Like that actually is not really that big of a deal. But it's like they fight Moro, and like Moro kind of like gets the one up on him. Oh, he absorbs energy. So they had no idea. Like they got beat, right?
Yeah.
Totally cool. And then like Goku and Vegeta like they come back and fight him again. It's like, oh my god, he absorbed our energy. It's like, okay, cool. And it's like they fight him again. It's oh, he absorbed our energy. It's like, okay, what is this bullshit? What can he do anything besides just absorb their energy? Like it just I don't know. There's a lot of like aimlessness with the Moro arc. And specifically, I watched through Dragon Ball Z not too long ago, and it's like when Babidi first shows up, he's very interesting, and he's actually doing a bunch of different interesting things, right? Whereas like Moro is like, oh, the god of magic. He's just been around for 65 million years, and like he's just using like telekinesis. Like he's fighting UI Goku, and it's like he just stops UI Goku.
Yeah.
Like Frieza did in the Frieza saga. So Goku's like, "Oh, you're magic." It's like he just used telekinesis. Like everyone can do that in Dragon Ball. Like, well,
Yeah.
it's not even that big of a deal.
Yeah, yeah. Which is such a shame because they hyped that up so much, and I feel like they didn't use it at all. Like they used it for like the Platinamic stuff, and then after that, they just completely took it away, and they made Moro this one of the most generic villains of all of Dragon Ball. Even his look, after he transforms, he's what like he's a carbon copy of Hit and like Cell. That was horrible.
Okay, well, I would say, I mean, I don't. Yeah, like I could definitely like if you look at him, you could see the similarities, right? Like,
Yeah.
like kind of like a Hit type of Cell. I didn't really have such an issue with it because it is sort of like it was such a Dragon Ball Z thing where it's like, all right, he's just transforming a million times out of nowhere. It's
Yeah.
what got ridiculous to me was the very very end. It's just like a lot of things happen very fast. Like like it actually is like I wonder if Toyotaro planned for things to continue on a little bit longer. And
Dude,
then they're like,
yeah.
okay, well, we actually would like to move into the next arc here, like, to line up with Jump Festa, because December of 2020, this is going to be the final chapter of the arc, right? Like,
Yeah.
the fight is done, but then there's one more, like, chapter to wrap it up.
Yeah.
And then they're going to reveal the next arc at Jump Festa. So it does kind of feel to me like maybe Toyotaro had planned to go until, like, maybe, like, March or something like that, right? And they're like, let's just get it done now. And he's like, okay.
Yeah, they just completely
like,
rushed it.
Like UI Goku gives him the sensu bean, which, like, I think is really stupid because it's like it shows that Toyotaro himself does not understand the Cell Saga, right? Like Goku gives the sensu bean to Cell, just to show Gohan his confidence in him. Like he doesn't give the sensu like because like, oh, it's unfair or anything like that. Like he's doing that to display his confidence to Gohan, so Gohan can know like, oh, I can do this. Like, because you see the way like Gohan thinks about Goku and talks about Goku and stuff like that in the Cell Saga. So like Goku's just like, yeah, the Cell's nothing. Here, have a sense of being. Gohan, go beat his ass. And Gohan's like, oh, okay. And Gohan powers up. They all freak out, right? And it's just like there's a point to it. Whereas I don't know, UI Goku giving Moro the senzu. Like I get that it's supposed to be him sort of like proving that Moro is irredeemable. I feel like that's the point of it, right?
Yeah.
It's like Moro can't, like, we can't just put him in jail. Like it's not how he is. But it still just leads to like ridiculousness where it's like he gets angel powers and then absorbs the earth. Like it gets very crazy. And
it gets very cartoony. Yeah.
Yeah, it comes directly after he gives him the sensu. Like I hate that so much. Like Goku,
what happened, dude? Remember that one panel when Goku was like talking to Jacko, and he was like, "Hey, does Moro have like a death warrant on him?" And Jacko's like, "Yeah, he does." And he's like, "Well, I'm gonna take this fight as an Earthling," which was like implied that he was gonna kill Moro. And then the next chapter, oh hey Moro, here's a sensu. Being like, what happened to Goku in like 2 chapters?
Well, because it's sort of it plays into his conversations with Miras that were happening in like the time chamber that they were training in.
Yeah.
Which also again proves Toyotaro does not understand Goku's character, because in the conversation Goku and Miras are talking and it's like Goku's like, oh, I'd have to go back and look at what the exact conversation is, but it's like implied that like Goku like never finishes villains off and stuff like that. And it's like Kid Goku's a killer.
Yeah.
Like,
Kid Goku killed the most.
He killed thousands like of like Red Ribbon Army soldiers and like all these random dudes. Like Kid Goku is a stone cold killer, dude. Yeah. And then even in the Cell Saga, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like Gohan, kill Cell right now. And then even in like the Buu Saga, like Goku is not afraid to just like, okay, you gotta die. Like time to die. So and then like he's talking to Miras like, oh yeah, like we never need to kill him or whatever. It's like, whoa, what?
Yeah, like what happened?
I need Toyotaro to go back and read Dragon Ball Z again or watch the original anime again, because there's a lot of things that he's, I think, misrepresenting Goku's character a lot.
Same here, dude.
Fairly common.
Yeah. Goku in the Moro arc was the like weirdest I've seen Goku in all of Super. Like, I mean, for the most part, I feel like Super Goku is my least favorite Goku. I liked him a lot in Z. Then, like, they did this weird transition of him being in Super where he's, like, not a hero, that he just fights to fight, which, like, I get to some degree. But I'm like, well, in Z, where's the Goku that was saying he was the protector of justice? Where's that guy?
Well, I mean, that was a, like, dub only. Like that's...
Oh, that was a dub thing. Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Fair, very fair then.
In those moments... like he's basically just like taunting Frieza for Frieza being unable to beat him and stuff like that, and like I am a Super Saiyan, like just kind of following up with like Vegeta's words and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, very fair then. Okay, yeah, because in the dub, Goku was always kind of like seen as like a hero. Everybody really looked up as and then in Super, I guess that makes sense. 100%.
But that's why it's gonna be very jarring for people who only watch the dub to go into Dragon Ball Super where Goku's completely different. But again, to be fair, Dragon Ball Super Goku's different even from Japanese Dragon Ball Z Goku. So.
Okay. Yeah, this guy, I mean, don't get me wrong, I do think he's gotten better as an artist, but like you mentioned, he needs to go back and like watch Dragon Ball Z because Goku's just all over.
I love Toyotaro's art.
Yeah, no, he gets better and better.
Yeah, like people do try and really get on him about his art, but I actually really like the art of the Dragon Ball Super manga. I think, me personally, I think it's fantastic. Like that is something I have no issues with whatsoever, is how it looks.
Yeah, 100%, man. I completely agree with that. So, okay, so we talked a bit about the arc, and then we did mention that we want to talk a little bit about the Dokkan stuff. And I know you have made a video basically highlighting what cards we could see. We could briefly touch up on it, but what is something besides Master UI Goku, are you hyped to see in Dokkan?
Well, I mean, Moro in particular is interesting because he does fit on like a majority of the categories in the game, right? Like you just go through like
Yeah,
Realm of
like
Gods after he
11
absorbs the
categories,
Earth.
right?
Yeah, like Giants after he absorbs the Earth, like Terrifying Conquerors, Time Travelers, Space Traveling Warriors. Like you just go through so much. He
Yeah.
fits on so many teams. So he's like Dokkan, so powerful with superclass characters, but not really so much with villains, right? We need stronger villains, and this is going to be nice for that. Moro is going to be a really good like villain
Yeah.
character that's eventually going to come out.
Yeah, I'm excited for him, and I do want to see that Spirit Fusion Vegeta. I think that's going to be pretty cool too. Wonder how that like I wonder how that's going to look animated, because I believe when I read it, I forgot which source it was. It might have been Dragon Ball Hype. He mentioned that he was in Evolution. That's correct, right?
No, he is. He's Evolution Blue when he's
Okay,
using
cool, dope. So that would be a dope thing. Seeing that as an animation. Gohan did get a new move, which I guess they could make that into, but I don't know how they're going. I don't know what they're going to do with Ultimate Gohan, because
Gohan was cool. Like Gohan and Piccolo.
yeah, I always
during
like
the Moro
seeing
arc.
them together.
One thing is Piccolo was kind of a little bit doofy. Like he did some dumb shit.
Yeah.
No more, my boy Piccolo. I mean, there is obviously. See, one thing I wonder is a lot of the characters join the Galactic Patrol. Like, would they just artificially for Dokkan just toss Galactic Patrol onto their name? So it's like Goku, Ultra Instinct, Galactic Patrol. Like, are they gonna do shit like that? That's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah,
Because then we could have Evolution Blue Vegeta, and then Galactic Patrol Evolution Blue Vegeta. Shit
that
like
would be cool.
yeah.
That would be pretty dope, and then that would like introduce not too many characters, but yeah, the Goku and Vegeta would be nice for them to add that in there. There is gonna. I wonder what they're gonna do with a lot of the Namekians. I don't think they might not use them, because I mean, honestly, I think they were just kind of there to get bodied.
Yeah, they had like there's
rest in
not
peace,
really
dude.
like the one who man I can't remember what like the
Yeah,
kid's
it's been like 2
name is.
years since that happened.
Yeah, he could be like a little Namekian like farm bull card or something like that.
The one
for
that
sure.
absorbed the other ones. Is that the one?
I think
about?
he's the one it's who like Raspberry and Moro used to talk to Purunga.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they could do something with that. Yeah, dude, because that's when I loved the saga, was when Goku and Vegeta pretty much died fighting Moro during that segment. I would like a new Boo card, especially with the Kai. I think that would be a pretty neat transformation card when he lets the Kai pop out for the first time. Or Yamcha. Yamcha did get a fight.
Yeah. They could do all the Z fighters again. That's why like Galactic Patrol would be helpful, because it would help like the Earthling category, right? Like of course it would be a monster buff to like Realm of Gods.
Oh yeah.
Like the
Instant
double UI Goku rotation. But for like Earthling, you'd have Master Roshi Galactic Patrol, Krillin Galactic Patrol, Yamcha, Tien, Chaozu Galactic Patrol. That helps.
Yeah, 100%. Okay.
And then Oob as well,
Oob
who
is
they
gonna be
set up.
sick. I can't wait for Oob. Before we jump into the next segment, just talking about what we want to see, how hyped were you when you saw Oob with like God Key? Which we kind of knew he had it, because they implied it during Resurrection of F that that Kid Buu did have God Key in him, and then it did go to Oob. What do you think they're gonna do with him? You think they're gonna like make him some insane monster powerhouse? Or
Well, yeah, I mean, then the way they did they did it well, in that it's very easy to explain why Oob would be able to compete with God Goku and Vegeta, compared to why Ultimate Gohan and Android 17 are just Super Saiyan Blue level all of a sudden, right? Oob, like they actually I think did a fairly good job of like kind of like changing Oob's story to now explain why he's Super Saiyan Blue level at least, like once he gets going. Like once they start training him and shit like that, and like Oob is fighting alongside Goku and Vegeta, like it actually makes sense, because like they do very specifically specify that the Grand Supreme Kai, like before he fought Moro, was like the G of Gs, right? And his massive god power, you know, was absorbed into Buu, and then, you know, Kid Buu had it, and then everyone's talking, oh, Kid Buu on Realm of Gods, but like Kid Buu was not using it, obviously. Like
Yeah,
he's
he wasn't. He did.
blind, deaf, and dumb, basically. Kid Buu is like he's not tapping into that god power, but like
Yeah.
it's in Oob, and he will eventually, you know, probably be taught by like Goku or whatever to use that, and Oob is probably going to be an animal in the future. Hopefully, I don't know. Maybe the next arc picks up after the end of Dragon Ball Z, and we start getting Oob in there.
Yes.
Who knows?
This is a great way to transition to that. So my biggest hope right now is two things. Either one, they incorporate some type of new arc where Goku having mastered UI goes against God Code or something like that, where they're gonna have to kind of do what they did with Heroes, but obviously make it a bit better, where he has to fight some of the gods for whatever reason. Or two, they just completely skip the last 3 years and we get a proper Goten and Trunks, you know, in their teen stages. Bola's gonna be older, Pan's gonna be older, and then we finally get that continuation from Z. That's the two that I will like. I don't want it like a random new villain because there's so many characters that they could use already. Or they could go to Universe 6 and finally go to that Saiyan plant. Those are like kind of like the three things I would like to see.
I mean, it's gonna be hard to do it because like now Moro at the end is angel level, so now it's gonna start to get difficult to continue to raise the stakes unless like, you know, the Grand Priest is the next villain or some shit, right? Like we'll see.
Yeah. Is there anything like in particular that you want to see, like a new transformation, a new villain, or anything?
The only thing I just want the anime to come back. That's it. That's all. I don't care what they do. Just bring it back. That's all.
Fair enough. Which I think at this point, there's no reason not for it. I think the only thing that's holding it back now is that Digimon show took the time slot of Dragon Ball Super, and that's been playing in it. And then I'm gonna imagine once this new movie drops, whenever it drops, probably late next year or 2022, that's when they'll probably start focusing on the anime again. Because, dude, come on, it's been a while already. People want it. So I agree. Yeah. I agree. Well, that was all the topics I want to bring up with you, man. So again, I appreciate you so much for coming on and, you know, hanging out. It's always good. It's always cool to get like another perspective on the arc. There's definitely some things we liked, a lot of things that we didn't. So, you know, everybody who watches this video, let us know what you guys want in the next arc or what you did and didn't like from the Moro arc. So, Truth, do you have anything else you'd like to say before we head off?
I had a good time. Thanks for having me on.
For sure, brother. Well, guys, thank you so much for all the support, and we'll see you next time. Take care and peace out.